A few weeks ago I reviewed this book, Draw Yourself Calm by Amy Maricle, and then I found out that Amy does something called the Inchie challenge every year, and I decided to take part in the Inchie challenge. So the Inchie challenge ran from the 6th to the 16th of September, and each day you got a prompt and had to do a pattern on a 2-inch square. Now I knew this was going to be a huge challenge for me because normally I work small but on a Peter Pauper tile. It's considerably bigger. It's a very comfortable size for me to work on. Now I'm not a person that needs a prompt to do my art. I always have so many ideas and so many things I want to do. But if you're new to drawing and you need some help, then it's great to have a prompt to give you a starting point each day. Now having the prompt did make me think more about what I'm actually doing. Normally I just pick up a pen and I just draw, and that's how I draw. I don't always have an idea. Sometimes I just put pen to paper and see what happens. So it is useful to have a prompt for some people, and this challenge definitely I wanted to see, can I draw on a 2-inch square, and can I work from a prompt? I did used to work from prompts on Inktober, but I do generally prefer to work on from my own ideas. But say if you are new to doing this sort of thing, it's really helpful, a really great starting point. So on the first day I did use watercolour. It was leaf. I found it very difficult to colour in with watercolour on such a small image. Then it was twist. Now twist is something I use these patterns such a lot and I don't have a problem with them, but I struggled really badly with twist on the smaller square. Then on the third attempt I did make a decent twist, a nice curve, and you can see here, quite by coincidence, I could actually line those patterns up and you can see how a bigger picture will form. Now with wave, I absolutely love wave patterns, and again it was such a coincidence that the pieces did all line up and I can see how I could do a massive picture from my little squares. So that was really exciting. This was sprinkle, and I decided to do a fairy wand, sprinkle in some lovely metallic colour. I swapped to my ink pens after the first day. I just couldn't handle the watercolour on such a small size. Now this was I think the prompt was straight, making a pattern from, or simple, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I think it was a simple line, and obviously you can make quite complex patterns from simple lines and build them up, and I love the curvy wavy lines and the negative space. This again was simple and I had to add colour. By the time I'd done all this black and white, I was needing cheering up with some bright colour. This was mussel shell, and I love doing shells, but again it was so tiny I had to use my magnifier, but I do love the colour effect I've got there. This was nesting, and I wasn't really sure what to do. I didn't want to do a bird's nest, so I looked up nesting means safe and comfortable. So my safe, comfortable space is at my table with my sketchbook and my pen and my cup of water, and I did an imaginary base of a nest with my favourite colour and then like a mesh around me. Making me safe and secure. This was moth, and I think moth wings are brilliant. I just did a little section again, and you can see we've got the negative space around. It's quite a quick sketchy sketch. This was innovate, which was to take a pattern you like and do something different with it. I think that was a fun one to do. This was Eclipse, and I was on a very busy day. I had to think of an idea quite quickly, and it didn't actually take me very long to do because I just got a little pot and drew around it several times and did some deepening shades and then the little like sun poking out there. And this was woven. Now woven's quite tricky. You have to really think about how the threads wave in and out to create the fabric. So that one did take me quite a long time to do. So I think, I'm not a person who needs a prompt. I have so many ideas. I like to just put pen to paper. Sometimes I know what I'm drawing. Sometimes I just put the pen to paper and see what happens. But if you're new to drawing and you don't have the ideas, it's great to have a prompt as a starting point. What I really loved about this was it got me thinking more about with my Peter Pauper tiles. When I first started using them, I was actually creating pictures from joining 4 or 6 together, and it's made me think I want to do more big art from my Peter Pauper tiles. I struggled really badly with the 2-inch tile, so I'm going to continue to work on my Peter Pauper tiles that are roughly 3.5 inch square. It's much more comfortable for me, but I'm definitely going back to creating some big art instead of just the individual tiles. So I had fun with it. It's a great challenge. Check out Amy's page, Mindful Art Studio, and you know, at this few minutes a day of calm and quiet and slow drawing, it really is enough to set you up for the day.